Hello, and welcome to your Fairy God Mentor. This is the show that inspires, encourages, educates, and supports expectant couples who desire to confidently navigate pregnancy, birth, and finding balance in an unbalanced world. I am Angie Taylor, the mother of 9 with 2 degrees in natural health. I'm also a birth insider, knowing the ins and outs of the birth industry and all of the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've worked with expectant couples since 2003 in a variety of roles, including birth educator, birth doula, home birth midwife, breastfeeding support, and life coaching. Sit back and enjoy hearing about all the things you never knew you never knew. The significant other, in most cases the baby's father, is included as an important partner in the birthing process. Pregnant women need supportive partners who are all in and participate in the pregnancy, not just conception and the birthing process. Pregnant women need partners who will help her research all aspects of whatever she believes she needs to know. They will also attend as many prenatal visits as possible, be fully present during the birth, learn all there is to know about breastfeeding, and remain by her side for all the parenting choices ahead. When the birthing process begins, it will take all three, the mother, the father, and the baby, to bring the baby into the world. Each person plays a role in this process. Now, yes, I do understand that not all fathers are present for the birth. While many may say that birth is women's work, there is a role that only a man can play. It's important for us all to understand the man's role in bringing a baby into the world. Now, for some women, having their sweetheart sitting quietly in the room will be all that is needed to add his strength to hers. Other women will need more hands-on and or verbal support. And it's important for you to have open communication with each other so that you will each hear what is being said. Now, as the pregnant woman, you already feel safe and comfortable with your sweetheart. In most cases, you have welcomed him into the most protected areas within and know he can be trusted. This trust and feelings of being loved and understood allow your body to freely produce and use oxytocin. Anyone who is allowed into your safe space will need to know how to leave their own insecurities and fears outside of that space, because you, the birthing woman, will feel what everyone else is feeling. I am fully aware also of how a birthing woman is impacted by having a father of her child present for any part of the pregnancy as well as the birth when he's abusive to her in any way, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and sexually. This is one reason that it's important for all birthing women to create a circle of support from those she trusts who are able to fully support her in all of her choices. It's also important for every birthing woman to consider what she will need from her sweetheart or other birth partners during the pregnancy. Create a list. So whenever anybody asks, how can I help you? You have it ready and you can share with them how they can best support you. What exactly do you expect from your sweetheart or other birth partners during your birthing process? Create that list as well. Very important. That would be something that if you are birthing outside of your home, make sure that it goes with you, wherever that place may be. Now let's talk about your baby. You're growing a new human inside of you. This little person is already fully aware of his surroundings. He hears everything you say, and he feels everything you feel. He doesn't know that those things you're doing have names. He can't tell you that you're afraid, but he can feel it when you are. Talking with him frequently throughout the day is vitally important, and he's fully engaged and ready to hear from you. His cells began imprinting memories and emotional patterns before his brain was even formed. What you do, what you say, and how you feel leaves an imprint on him in utero. Now, don't panic if you've already said or felt some things you wish you hadn't. Your little person is very forgiving. Apologize and do better now that you know better. So what about the spiritual side? Nobody seems to want to talk about the spiritual side of pregnancy and birth. There is a side of the process that we know is there as women. The spiritual side of the human being affects all other aspects of being human. The spiritual side is much more than just being religious. It is present in your life regardless of your personal religious belief. Now, some of you may refer to it as your conscience, your subconscious, or your intuition. Most women talk about feeling there is something more to the birth sequence than they had previously known. There is indeed an inner wisdom or voice that you may discover. Now, our society doesn't speak about the spiritual side of birth enough, if at all. Everyone is trying to be politically correct, but the truth is that the spiritual side is just as real and important as the physical, mental, and emotional sides. Expectant women who spend time developing themselves spiritually for the birth sequence may experience a more fulfilling birth as they tap into the most powerful side of being human. So, how exactly do you develop your spiritual side? Now, this can be done in a variety of ways. Some will choose to study the scriptures and kneel in prayer, while others will choose to meditate or spend time in silence each day. Writing in a journal is another way to tap into the spiritual side of life in general. Writing down the experiences of the day helps to clear your mind. Writing down the emotions experienced allows you to put them into perspective. How about spending time alone each day when you can be present in that moment and experience the pregnancy instead of living in the past by focusing on what happened the last time, or living in the future by focusing on getting ready for the baby? There's also the need for you to trust yourself and trust what you hear from your mind that feels right in your heart. This is your intuition, and it is a very real thing. It is a part of your spirit. You might be completely unaware of what your intuition is, or you may be very aware of it and working with it daily. The point is that your intuition guides you through the birth sequence. This is why it's important to be the one in complete charge of your experience. It's vital that you are the one allowing others into your sacred space. If you think you need permission from someone in order to do things the way you desire, then you are allowing the wrong person or people into your sacred space. Now, how you choose to develop the spiritual side will depend on you and is very individual. So take some time to write down different ways that you feel that you will be able to develop this side of your life. And also consider the things that you can do to strengthen your intuition. Now, on my website, if you go on the front page, there is a button that you can click to download 5 ways to strengthen and get to know your intuition. This is a great place to start. Now let's go over a little bit about being present. So birth requires presence of mind. Although many may find themselves thinking about the past or the future, taking the time to be in the moment during pregnancy will make it easier to be in the moment during the birthing process. I'm an avid user of essential oils, and we've been using the Young Living brand since 2006. There are some amazing blends to help keep you grounded and in the present time. One of those blends is called Grounding, and the other one is called Present Time. And these support your body in being grounded and staying present. The other essential oils that you can use would include Idaho Blue Spruce, Northern Lights Black Spruce, Patchouli, Vetiver, and Angelica. These oils would be either diffused into the air or diluted 50-50 and applied topically. Important for you to know that heating essential oils is not recommended, so a cool mist diffuser is best. Oils can be diluted with either Young Living's V6 mixing oil, jojoba oil, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, almond oil, or whichever oil you prefer to use and are not sensitive or allergic to. These oils may also be applied neat, which means they're undiluted. However, if you do see a red spot appear where you applied the oil, apply a carrier oil over it. This is called layering, and it allows for what's referred to as instant dilution. If redness of the application area does occur, you will now know that this particular essential oil will need to be diluted before using it topically again. So let's chat a little bit about what your baby feels. This is an area that doesn't seem to get covered in anything that we do. Every emotion experienced by mom is experienced by the baby. So the primary emotion experienced by the mother during pregnancy will be the primary emotion carried by the child for life, unless mom learns how to release and resolve emotionally charged events. Your baby is a thinking, feeling, and expressing human being long before birth brings him into the physical world outside your womb. Your baby is born understanding every word you say because your baby has been immersed in your language from conception. Your baby needs to know when everything is okay. Your baby needs to know that he is wanted and loved. Your baby needs to know that mom is loved by her sweetheart and that mom loves her sweetheart. Your baby needs to know that dad is present and looking forward to holding him. Talk to your baby. Explain what's happening and why you're feeling what you're feeling. Interact with your baby now and begin to build your relationship and set boundaries. This doesn't have to wait until after the baby is born. Learn who your baby is now and teach your baby who you are now. Require everyone around you to treat your baby as a human being right now, including whoever you choose to serve as members of your birth team. Before touching you or doing anything, such as taking your blood pressure, require those around you to tell your baby what they are doing and what you might feel as it is done. This allows your baby to learn that what you are feeling, he is feeling, and you are both okay. Learn about how you came into the world, both mom and dad. This is very important. And this is because every cell of your body remembers it. Your body holds unresolved events that you can resolve and release during the pregnancy. Because your baby is 50% of both parents' cells, you will be passing on to your child what's held within your cells, the good, the bad, and the ugly. As you release the emotional garbage during the pregnancy, these things will be released from your baby's cells as well. We are all connected. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of Your Fairy God Mentor. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. To learn more about me, your Fairy God Mentor, simply go to AngieTaylorFairyGodMentor.com.